Hello everyone, welcome to my simple zoology class. In today's video, I'll be dealing with the topic human brain. Now, human brain is considered to be central informative organ, central processing informative organ, and it is also acting as a command and control system of the body. Why? Because it takes care of several activities, like for example, involuntary activities, voluntary activities, body behavior or human behavior, thermal regulation, body balancing, hunger, thirst, sleep wake cycle, and also acting upon the endocrine glands which are present inside the body. All these things are taken care by the human brain itself. So hence we consider it as what? Control and command system of the body. Apart from that, it is also a site for processing vision, hearing, speech, and memory. Also thoughts, also emotions. All these things are taken care by the human brain. Next point. Where exactly is the human brain located? Human brain is located in a cranial box, also called as cranium, also called as brain box. Okay. Next, what is the weight of it? That is the important point that you have to remember. It is varied when it comes to adult male and adult female. Adult male has got 14 grams of weight of it, whereas adult female it is around 1250 grams of it. This is very important. The questions have come. Please do remember. Okay, then coming to the divisions of the brain. Brain is being divided into three different categories. How many? Three different categories. That is prosencephalon, also called as forebrain, mesencephalon, also called as midbrain, rhombencephalon, also called as hindbrain. So here I'll be starting with the first one, that is the prosencephalon, also known as forebrain. Now, forebrain comprises of three different parts in it, that is cerebrum, diencephalon, and olfactory lobe, which is also called as rhinencephalon. Okay, in diencephalon, I'll be telling you about the different categories that you study here. It's a chamber over there in the forebrain, that is diencephalon. We will be dealing about epithalamus, thalamus, and hypothalamus under this diencephalon. Now, starting with the first one, that is the cerebrum. Now, cerebrum is basically the major part of the brain, and it is very well developed when it comes to human. Okay. Now, cerebrum comprises of two cerebral hemispheres. Okay. Here, if you can look at the diagram right now, it has been comprising of what? Two cerebral hemispheres. Okay. This is the diagram of the cerebral hemisphere itself. So here it has been divided into two cerebral hemisphere. Now here this cerebral hemispheres, they are partially connected. Okay, they are partially connected with the help of a, or it is connected by a white thick nerve, and that is called as corpus callosum. I've mentioned over here the notes also, so need not have to worry. So what did I say? Cerebrum is divided into two cerebral hemispheres, and they are partially connected by a thick nerve, and that is called as corpus callosum. Then coming to the next one, this each cerebral hemisphere is being divided into, what is it be divided into? How many lobes? That is the next question. They have been divided into four different lobes. How many lobes? Four lobes. Okay. So what are those four lobes? First of all, we call it as anterior lobe, middle lobe, posterior, and lateral lobe. If you can look at over here, cerebral hemisphere is been divided into four lobes. Anterior, which is also called as frontal, and it is considered to be the largest lobe. The question can definitely come, which is the largest lobe, and the answer is frontal lobe. Then second one is middle lobe, that is called as parietal lobe. Third one is posterior lobe, that is called as occipital lobe, and the fourth one is lateral lobe, that is called as temporal lobe. Okay, this anterior lobe, which is also called as frontal lobe, which is considered to be the largest lobe, is connected to the, or it is separated from the parietal lobe. How is it being separated? The frontal lobe is separated from the parietal lobe with the help of a sulcus, that is called as central sulcus or Rolandic sulcus. If you can look at the diagram over here, central sulcus. See, the frontal lobe is separated from the parietal lobe with the help of this, that is called as central sulcus, also known as Rolandic sulcus. Similarly, third one, that is the posterior lobe. Posterior lobe is also called as what? It is also called as occipital lobe. If you can see over here, I've mentioned posterior lobe, that is also called as occipital lobe. It is separated from the parietal lobe. That is, occipital lobe is separated from the parietal lobe. Occipital lobe is being separated with the help of another sulcus that is called as parieto-occipital sulcus. And the last one, that is the lateral lobe, also known as temporal lobe. Lateral or temporal lobe is separated from these frontal and parietal. If you can see over here, the division is happening. So the temporal lobe is dividing the or separating the frontal and parietal lobe by a incomplete, because if you can see over here, there is no such complete division happening. Incomplete sulcus, that is called as lateral sulcus. If you can see over here, I've mentioned it. That is lateral sulcus, also known as Sylvian sulcus. If you can look at the notes I've mentioned over here, I'll repeat it once again. Frontal and parietal are separated by central sulcus or Rolandic sulcus. Parietal and occipital are separated by parietal occipital sulcus, and temporal is separated from frontal and parietal. I've used a different color to make you understand. That is called as lateral or Sylvian sulcus. Okay, this is a major part that you have to remember. So basically, how many lobes are there? Totally four. Frontal, which is on the front, parietal, which are on the sides, that is near the on topmost part of the ear, occipital, which is on the down, that is near the spinal cord region, and temporal lobe is nothing but near the ear region. So these are the locations of our lobes that is present. Next point, the outer part of the cerebral hemisphere is called as what? Cerebral cortex. Now, where exactly is the cerebral cortex? They are present over here. They are present in the form of these ridges over here like this. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly are they. So these prominent folds which are present, these folds are called as, basically the ridges are called as gyri. If you can see, I've mentioned in the form of note. Grooves are called as what? Sulci. Now what are the functions of these grooves and ridges? Are that they make sure that they increase the surface area of the cerebrum. What do? They increase the surface area of the cerebrum. And the cerebral cortex is referred to as gray matter. This is very, very important. What is it referred to as? It is referred to as gray matter because of excess of its grayish appearance. So hence you call the cerebral cortex as what? Gray matter. Okay. Then this cerebral cortex has got three types of functional area. How many types of functional area? Three types. That is sensory area, motor area, and association area. Sensory area, it analyzes our sensory impulses. That is touch, pain, or it can be temperature. So that is the work. Then coming to motor area, this is very, very important. The example which I've mentioned, one is Broca's area. Okay, I'll tell you in further videos where does this areas come. Broca's area is basically helping in the movement of tongue and speech. These questions have come, so make sure you remember this thoroughly. Okay, Broca's area helps in the movement of tongue and speech, and Wernicke's area helps in language development. So now you know how your movement of tongue and speech is taken care by, and how your language is going to develop through what areas. Okay, so this is very important, please do remember. Okay, and the third one is the association area. Association area is nothing but it is basically neither sensory nor motor in function, but make sure that it helps in understanding the sensory inputs, or it can be memory, or it can be communication, like how the ability of communication will be done. So these are the major functions that is taken care by the, or the three functional areas which are present in the cerebral cortex. I hope you have understood what I was trying to explain about the cerebrum. If you have liked my video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.